Hey Peter, just wanted to thank you for responding to my survey that I released last week. Really appreciate it, mate. Really helps me to create content that's going to be valuable to my audience and to everyone who's kind of following me along this kind of path. So thank you for that. I also wanted to provide as much, or not as much, but some quick value for everyone that responded within these videos. So I know within your survey response, you obviously mentioned kind of trying to get rid of that kind of stubborn fat, that last fat, and losing fat from everywhere but the kind of places that you really wanted to lose it. And that's always the way, man. I mean, at the end of the day, we all have these individual genetics, so we all tend to store fat and kind of liberate fat from different places depending on our genetics. So some people are going to kind of, lose certain fat a lot quicker in one place than another, and then that's going to switch as well for another person. What I would say is that the realistic thing is just one, being patient. I know this is kind of an obvious one, but at the end of the day, we can't dictate where fat comes from. We've just got to keep on continuing with the process and knowing that gradually, like, it is going to be coming from those places. I mean, for males, generally that kind of tire region around the lower abdominals and around the sides and the lower back tends to be the most stubborn, and that tends to be the last to go. The other thing that I would just say is that if you have been dieting for a while, so if you've been in a deficit and you've been gradually, reducing body fat for a long period of time, it could be worth just kind of having a break and gradually like building food back up a little bit and sitting with some increased intake for a while, and then trying to diet again. The reason for that is that obviously as we diet down and the lower in body fat we get, especially the further from where we started we get, the harder it becomes. And that's just because there's a whole host of kind of biological adaptations within the body that happen that work to basically slow down fat loss and make it harder and harder the lower we go. So by taking a break, kind of like setting up camp on a mountain, like if you try and get to the top of the mountain and it's a particularly tall mountain all in one go, it's going to get really, really hard, like as you get kind of higher and higher, and you're probably less likely to make it to the end goal than if you were to just take a break, say halfway up or 3/4 of the way up, restore your kind of energy, get ready like psychologically to kind of push again, and then going from there. So taking a break can always be a good option. I hope that you found that helpful and that it provides you some context. I'm also just going to be sending an email series out, basically just covering some of the major problems that came up in the survey, some of the common threads, and answering, I guess, questions around that. So hopefully you can get some more value from that. If you wanted to reach out or ask anything specifically, either reply to my email, this email with the video for you, or reach out on social media. Hope you have a great day, mate. See you later.